Hey, everybody. Uh, I'm Sherry Pluskota. Welcome to the longest running poker space. Glad you can join me either live or listening at a future moment in time. Going to make a few announcements and we'll get into it. Glad y'all are joining me. Many thanks to my sponsor, Elevator Results. If you need a tailor made workout plan to help you lose weight or gain weight, Elevator Results can design that plan. Follow them on Twitter and check out their site at elevatorresultspt.com. Just a reminder, you can find the recordings of our past spaces, including our daily WSOP coverage, the interviews we've done on my YouTube channel at Sherry Pluskota 9212. Please subscribe. It's free of charge, of course. In 2023, Brian and I kicked off our daily WSOP coverage, and I was able to upload many of those episodes as well. It's kind of a fun trip down memory lane. And it's also, you hear some people that are new to spaces that are now old to spaces, and it's just fun. Honestly, it's just fun to re-listen to that stuff. Um, hey, Karen. Hey, Isaac. How are you guys?
Good, good, good.
Okay.
How are you today?
Doing good, thanks. Trying to keep busy, and I am definitely finding things to keep me busy.
I hear
I'm
that.
doing well. Just got out of the shower after a long day of work and ready for the space.
Nice. How do we do streaming?
Well, it was a mixed bag. It was a good stream from the standpoint. Sometimes, I don't get anybody coming to talk to me, but then you came by, but then I had a bunch of other people.
Awesome.
Yeah, so I had a really good time. And somebody gave a bunch of gift subs, and some of my regulars came by. So yeah, it was nice. I cashed one Sadie, and then I went really deep in my two PKOs past late reg, but just short of the money, so that was disappointing.
Good
But
effort, though. Good
yeah,
effort. I'm sorry I had to jump off. I had somebody call me, and then of course that spiraled into me having to call two other people, and you know how that goes. 5 hours later, you're finally off the phone. you know.
no worries.
Yeah, it's a pain in the neck, but got to get it done, as they say. Isaac, what have you been doing today?
Oh, all kinds of running around the city, getting some quick dinner in right now, and then hopefully heading to the Lucky Lady to catch up with Blue in a little bit.
Awesome. I love that so much. Um, I enjoyed the exchange. I guess you guys get free food when you go there, huh?
I've never been for this situation, so I'm like, she knows all of it, so
Right.
she's already going prepared, right?
I love it.
I'm just background noise. You know what I mean?
And let me tell you, when Blue dives into something, there is no stone unturned.
Oh, I know.
She researches it and analyzes it, and I just get a kick out of her
Oh
because
yeah.
she's so passionate, no matter what the topic.
Yes, yes, she is, and I like that about her.
And she is 1,000 miles an hour. Like the way she is in spaces in person, she's 10 times faster.
Oh
Like
yeah.
she literally is 10,000 miles an hour. And it's hilarious because she gets all hyper and, excitable. And then she'll be like, oh, let me calm down a minute, and that lasts about 20 seconds. And I love her. She's so fun. She's been a delight at the meetup games for sure.
Yeah, she's great
Uh,
people. Definitely.
Absolutely. I'm glad you're going to meet her. I can't wait to hear about that. Speaking of, why don't you tell us how your big spaces went last night? I'm sorry I conked out. I was exhausted. I
Oh,
didn't
don't
hear
worry
not
about
one
it.
minute.
No, no, no. It was great. We had 8 different NFT communities pull up. Every one of the founders came up and talked a little bit about the projects, and it turns out that a few of their projects that were joining us have like real serious poker going on. So it was great because there was a whole lot of shit talking going on, and this one community was like, "Oh, we coming to take it." I'm like, "Oh, for real?" And, you know what I'm saying? So yeah,
Yep.
your boy took it. Um, so that was dope.
Nice. Good for you.
Thank you. And yeah, I definitely had some fun dropping all kinds of gifts in everybody's servers. Let them know what time it is. I usually go for the you're no Daisy at all gif, for Doc Holiday. And that was fun. That was really fun because I
Good for
rarely get to have
you.
fun on that level and, doing the thing because, we're usually managing the games. We're usually doing rebuys.
Right.
We're looking at all of it, answering tickets and doing all of that stuff. So it's not the same. But I was able to lock in. And
For you. I love that so much. And of course, Isaac already knows that about every other word about that he says about it, I actually understand. But I get the gist of it. I get the gist of it. And I just love, and I've said this a million times, the fact that you guys are bringing the NFT world and poker world closer together and doing some great events. And I just love it.
oh yeah, we're super excited for what we're about to do. We got so many things going on. We're gonna launch the website officially soon. Right now, it's just our minting page because we're still minting phase 4.
Right.
And then very soon we're gonna start. Well, actually, we kind of already have because okay, a couple sponsors came in, and what they did was for the GVG one shot, they decided they're like, look, we're gonna buy a ticket, and we want you guys to do like a small league for our
Nice.
community to play for that ticket, right? So we did that for 2 sponsors, and it was really cool. We had one where it was just, whoever owned a certain NFT or whatnot had access to the game, and we ran 9 games, and whoever had the most points at the end of that, from 1 to 9, is going to be the table that's going to play for the ticket, right?
That's amazing. What a nice sponsorship.
Yeah, it was really cool. It was really cool. Then for the other sponsor, we did because they have 4 different characters in their collection, so we created clans for each one. So there were teams of like 9 to 10 players, and you had to have 2 of the particular trait to get in. And yeah, we ran that too. That was really cool because then
That's
you
very
know you
cool.
you break it up into factions and people get even more into it, right? Like it's pretty fun actually. No lie, difficult to manage because there was a
Yeah, there's a
couple of
lot of
things.
moving parts.
Yeah, there
Yeah.
was a couple of things that we could have fine tuned, but what was dope was people's integrity kind of showed out. Some people,
Oh, nice.
so I like that, and yeah, we're gonna probably do another one within the within the next couple weeks maybe. One of the sponsors was like, let's just run it back, so we're just trying to work, and work until I
I
collapse in
hear you.
Vegas, reawaken like a zombie, and play poker.
I love it. I love it so much. And your efforts are all going to pay off. You guys that are managing all that, you guys spend a lot of hours doing it and it's paying off and it'll continue to pay off. And it's really a great service to not only the NFT community, but the poker community as well. So, some folks that are, getting to play in some tournaments that maybe they wouldn't have a chance to otherwise. So, the fact that you guys are doing that tournament to for a main event seat and travel expenses, if you guys sell out all the tickets, so to speak, that's phenomenal. Honestly, that is such a great opportunity. It's what, 27 seats, remind me.
It's 27 seats. It's 600 a seat. It's 1 game, and yeah, it's either the winner takes the seat plus their accommodations, or it's a final table chop.
Love it. Love it. What a great opportunity to 1 in 27 people at a chance at a main event seat. And of course, everybody be reminded that that's as long as they sell all 27 seats, right? So, what a great opportunity. A 1 in 27 chance. Come on, people.
That's
Um,
crazy. I know. And the
love
first
it.
time we did it, we didn't know it was going to work out that way because first time we did this, we did it kind of when the market wasn't trash,
Right.
right? And when we were testing, we are like, okay, we wanted to send way more people. The first number was actually pretty ambitious, but
Right.
we pushed. We ended up selling enough to do 1 ticket guaranteed, and yeah, I mean, it would have been cool if the winner would have took it, but him in second place decided to chop it. I ain't mad though, because I mean it's a couple of stacks for what was, pretty much a comparable amount. I think the last one was like 550 and this one is 6, because we decided to just shorten the field a little bit so that and
Right.
try to have 3 tables. The reason we're going for 27 is so we have 3 tables that it starts
Right.
out at, and it'll get down to one, right?
Love it.
Yeah, yeah,
Love it.
yeah. But we are gonna be running a lot of like mini games where it's like $25 entries or whatnot. So many players enter, and we can play for one of those tickets. So I'll have more information on all that stuff soon, though. I got to start making a bunch of visuals for that.
Right.
Yeah, I just did the whole campaign for the game we played yesterday, which went pretty cool. We did some scavenger hunts inside of other people's discords. That went well. We gave away like $150 in space just randomly. Um,
Nice.
just trying to have some fun.
Good for y'all. I love it. I love it. Love it. Love it. And I love the fact that you're going to try to figure out a way to have people play a low buy-in in order to satellite into that main event seat tournament. So love it. Great things. You
Thank you,
guys are
thank you.
doing great things. Good job to all of you guys. I
I appreciate
appreciate you.
that. I appreciate that greatly because believe me, we really do put a lot of work into this.
I know. Believe me, I know how much work it takes. And, when you're pulling off something that does well and you make it look easy, people think it is easy and it's a lot of work. And so I appreciate you and what you guys are doing for sure. And kudos, 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 kudos. Uh, excuse me, about to choke. Little kickoff to our daily WSOP coverage is going to be May 26th at 12 p.m. Eastern time, which is 9 a.m., of course, Vegas time. And people are like, oh my God, 9 a.m. Well, it's the same time as we've done it the last 2 years. And the reason why we started it at that time was because that's before people go out in Vegas to play tournaments. They can listen for the schedule, help plan their day. Excuse me. And of course, hear any live changes that we may have to the schedule that have come across our paths that we can announce and help get the word out. If, like sometimes they cancel satellites because they don't have space, there's a bigger turnout for maybe the Colossus. So then today's deep stacks are canceled, or maybe just the early deep stack. So, we do it early so that we get that information out early in the day to help people plan their day. So that's kind of how we started at that 9 a.m. Vegas time. So just a little footnote there. Want to talk about the fifth official Spaces meetup game, of course, is June 21st at 9 p.m. at the Bellagio, Las Vegas. Many thanks to Sean McCormick and his staff at the Bellagio for hosting another one of our meetup games. They did such a great job last time. They took such great care of us. And, Sean and that staff were just top notch for sure. If any of you have noticed, they've been announcing on their Twitter account some people that are on staff there that are celebrating like 20 years, 25 years. And, I think that speaks volumes that, the Bellagio must be taking care of those folks that they've been able to stay there that many years. And of course, those people must be doing a good job that they're staying there that many years. So kudos to those staff members. And let's not forget to thank Sean McCormick for offering to make sure we have some more of his awesome pizza. Not sure which is better, the Bellagio pizza or the Aria pizza, but a lot of people were saying the Bellagio's pizza was better. I didn't try the Arias because I wasn't hungry when we got it, but go ahead, Isaac. You got a comment on that?
Absolutely, the secret pizza at the Cosmo, hands down.
Oh, shit. Okay. I like it. I'm going to have to try that now. I love that. Love it, love it, love it.
Oh yeah, the
Uh,
the Cosmos got like honestly, culinary wise, it's they got like 2 great restaurants from Jose Andres. Their buffet is really good. And it's kind of a different format too because it's like the food stalls look different.
right,
I
right,
like I
right.
like that part, but the secret pizza, someone put me onto it, and you
Hmm.
wouldn't notice it if you don't notice it, which is what's really cool about it.
I love it.
Yeah.
I like. Have there's a Spaniard restaurant, and I want to say it's called Hileos, maybe. I could have that wrong, but for some reason, I think it's called Hileos. And we've gone there several times for tapas. Oh, so good. So good. And just delicious. And they make the best sangria as well. But anyway, that's another good tip I can give you about a place at the Cosmo. Be reminded for the meetup game if you're planning on attending, or even if you're a maybe, let me know, because I want to have like ballpark figures so we can make sure we start the day with enough dealers. And of course, for a head count for pizza. And we know those numbers are going to change that week of. And that's not a problem because we all know, if somebody's waiting to find out if they're going to a day two or if they need to start a day one or, 1A flight of a tournament, we get it. No problem whatsoever. If you tell me last minute, hey, I told you maybe, but I can't come, it's expected. It's not a problem. We just want some loose numbers, so we can have some loose plans for what we're doing. And of course, if you know for sure you're coming, like Isaac does and Karen does at this point, um, then of course you're just down as a yes. But guess what? Things happen at the last minute for yes people too, and it's okay. It's not a problem. Just let me know. Also, it's going to be a 1-3 no limit cash game. However, once a table is filled, if the participants at that table want to make it some other variation, it that's between you and the dealer. As long as everybody at that table is in agreement, maybe you guys want to do a double bomb pot or whatever, play PLO. Doesn't matter to me as long as the table agrees and then the dealer, makes it happen for you. I will tell you at my table will remain 1-3 no limit, and that's never going to be up for discussion. So if you don't want to play 1-3 no limit, don't sit at my table. Just giving you a heads up. We're not changing it to anything but 1-3 no limit, because of course I'm hosting, so I'm going to be getting up and down, and it's just easier for me. Let alone I don't know all that other shit. So there you go. Um, Attendees will also receive uh, a specially designed official meetup game card protector that I had made for our last game, and everybody that attends will get one of those card protectors, um, which I think they turned out pretty cool myself. What do you think, Isaac? Did you like them?
Absolutely.
I see Exact Deck is giving me a heart, so thank you. I appreciate that. I thought they turned out pretty cool, but I am a little biased. Um, Wanted to talk about the Splash the Pots, a crowd favorite. Everybody loves to splash the pots. Um, for those that haven't attended a meetup game, I've kind of put a special twist on how we do the Splash the Pots. First of all, it's optional if you want to play the hand or not. So I will come up to the table and say, okay, this next hand we're going to play for a splash the pot, and say it's a book. And this is the book we're going to play for. If you don't want that book, it's okay. Maybe you already have a copy or you just don't read and you don't want that poker book. So you just would sit out the hand, no problem. If you play the hand, it's going to be the hand's going to cost you $3 if that's what you're playing. If your table's a 1-3 no limit table, your hand's going to cost you one big blind, $3. And we play the hand face up, and there's no betting. Once your $3 is in the pot, that's all it's going to cost you to play and try to win that book. The caveat, and of course my dealers love this, is that the dealers get the pot of money, the player gets the splash the pot item. And it just works out fantastic because it's just a fun, face up hand, and it only costs you $3 and you may get a, whatever the price is. So there you go. And of course the dealers love us because, if you're sitting in the box at a cash game, you don't want the cash game to slow down to do a splash the pot and all this nonsense. You want to keep dealing because time is money for you, right? And so they could care less if we do 100 splash the pots because, They could get a $27 tip just for that one hand, right? So anyway, the dealers love it. Players seem to love it too. Some of the items we've gotten so far donated, of course, you guys heard Sarah O'Connor, committed to giving me a couple of her books, which I went to pick up. The New Queen's Guide to Poker. So we got two of those, and then John Robertson ordered the Short Stack Ninja book by Chris Wallace and the Mental Game of Poker by Jared Tindler. So we'll be giving away those two books. I've ordered a couple of books that are titled Table for 51 by Sherry, Lead. And the reason it's not a poker book, but the reason I ordered the book is because uh, one of the ladies that has come to the last two meetup games has written a chapter in that book. And so I wanted to support her and that author and that endeavor by giving away two of the books. So I purchased them and we're going to give them away. And hopefully, our guest is going to be with us again this meetup game, and I'll get her to autograph her chapter for us. So that'll be kind of fun. And by the way, Sarah autographed her books as well. Of course, Isaac committed something from the Green Visor Gang to give away, and he's going to let me know as soon as they figure that out, and that's not a problem. We'll get to that when we get to it. I also have commitments for some t-shirts and some other books, but until they're in my hands, I'm not going to announce them because I kind of learned a hard lesson from that whole sunglasses fiasco. So unless I have the items in my hand, will we announce them as splash the pot items? Because I just don't think it's fair to announce something and then, you know, unless it's the strike of lightning or death, not be able to give those items away. So, uh, any comments or questions, Karen or Isaac, about any of that stuff? Questions? Anybody in the audience, come up and ask them.
Not a question, but I will say that what we're planning for sure is going to be some merch items
Nice.
and probably a couple of you know phase fives. So,
Love it. Love it. Love it.
which is
Love it.
going to be really dope because we're
Love
gonna
it.
have some really cool surprises for that phase because we're actually gonna take our time after phase four. We're gonna take a break for WSOP and then we're gonna get back to it. So
Love it.
gonna be some good stuff.
Well, as soon as you're ready to commit to the items, DM me, and then we will I make the little ad to thank you for sure. So appreciate that commitment for sure, Isaac, and the Green Visor Gang. Appreciate that support. I was hoping Wolfie was going to get a chance to join us, but he may be working. So I'm just going to go ahead and talk about the trophy that I've bought. It's a bobblehead trophy. And let me put it in the chat real quick because I just get a kick out of it myself. Um, I'm gonna.
It's cute.
Karen likes it too. Um, I'm just gonna tell you that I sent Wolfie a picture of two options, and you would think a wolf trophy that wouldn't be hard to find, especially because schools have a wolf for their mascot. Schools give trophies out all the time. Yeah, forget about it. I couldn't really find one that we liked. And so I sent him a picture of a wolf trophy, and then I sent him one of the shark. It's in the chat. Let me put it up in the jumbotron so you guys can see it. And I sent him a picture of that shark trophy because we're poker players are sharks, and of course people always kid Wolfie about hitting and running. So with his little briefcase of money, but not only has it. Well, let me just go back from it. You know, if you've ever met Wolfie in person, you know what a special guy he really is. And not only is Wolf an awesome poker player, but he also makes a poker table a fun place to be. And I'm proud to call Wolf my friend and to also honor him with this meetup game trophy being name in his name. And not only has Wolfe supported the meetup games, but he's been a big winner at a couple of them. And so from this meetup game on, I will present the Wolfe Award to the chip leader of the day, and they will get one of these bobblehead shark trophies. So that's where we're going with that, folks. And I really wish he was here tonight, but he must still be at work. But it's cute as can be. And so there you go, be the chip leader. And I think what we're going to do is kind of put a time limit on it. So maybe at the end of 4 hours, whoever the chip leader is going to get the trophy, because people are going to have to, go to, they might need to leave to go to dinner or go play the nightly or whatever. So I don't think it's fair to say, we're starting at 1 o'clock that day, and some of us may stay until midnight. And I don't think it's fair to require people to stay till midnight to win a trophy. So I think 4 hours is a fair time. What do you guys think?
That's not bad at all.
I think it's a fair time frame.
It's a decent session for sure.
Yeah. And
I
it
mean,
would
historically, how long have the meetup games been? I feel like they go on some. I feel like
like
some go like
five, like five, anywhere from 5 to, I think the longest was 8. I'd have to really think, I'd have to go back and look, or
yeah,
maybe
because the last one
7.
felt like we played for a while.
Yeah, we were there. We were there a good amount of time. I don't even know what time we left there. Honestly,
Uh-uh.
I think it was like 5.5 hours, the last one. I'd have to go look at the recording of it, honestly, because I have no clue what time I left that Bellagio whatsoever.
Yeah, I think after we left, you were still there for like an hour, maybe, and we were there for like what felt like about at least 6. So let's see. I
Yeah,
always like to see if my perception of time is broken. I believe
yeah,
it is.
I would have to go honestly on my YouTube channel and look at the recording of it to see how long it was. Because honestly, I don't know. Like I'm doing like so much is going on while that meetup game is happening that it's I always kind of feel like I shortchange people even in conversations because I'm bouncing from conversation to conversation, trying to do the splash the pots, and then people are coming in that may not stay to play, but they wanted to come say hello. So then I stand up and talk to them for a while, and so I'm all over the place. So by the time it's over, I, I have no idea how long I've been there. Honestly, I have no
Mhm.
idea.
I hear that.
It's crazy to say that, but it just is what
No,
it
no, that's a
is.
fact. Like you said, you're being pulled in every direction.
Well, you saw,
I
you
don't.
were at my table.
Uh huh. I will say that. You know what? I will say that. I think it was way more hectic at the Bellagio than it was at the Sahara.
Yeah, well, yes, for sure. We had a lot more going on at the Bellagio. We
Uh huh.
definitely had, because we had more people coming in to visit that weren't playing either. And then, of course, my daughter surprised me. And then, yeah,
Yeah, that was dope.
yeah, it was dope. There was a lot. And we had, unexpectedly, not only did Sean, but the Bellagio folks went into the back office and just brought me this whole
That was
load of
special.
stuff to give away, right?
That was
And
special.
yeah,
Yes,
it was
yes.
very special. So that took more time as well, um, which was amazing. I mean, so grateful that they were so gracious and giving to our group for sure. It was awesome.
Absolutely.
Very cool. I just want to kind of give a shout out. I want everybody to know that's kind of reached out to me the last couple of days. I appreciate you and your messages. The family's doing fine. It's just a little crazy right now. And I am definitely going to Chicago next week. So I will not be hosting a show next Friday, but I will. The 3 Fridays after that are already booked. So we have 3 great guests coming up. So just an FYI, I'll be in Chicago for a funeral next week. So I will not be hosting a space next Friday night. Just an FYI. Now, Barry, I don't know if you're working tonight or what, but I would love, Barry, if you could come up and tell us about your event last night. Just give me a thumbs down if you can't do it, Barry, and that's not a problem. I know you're usually busy on Friday nights, but thought I would ask anyway. He had a very successful fundraiser yesterday, and he raised $1.3 million, and he's been doing this fundraiser for 20 years and doing a great job. And I'm so excited that Scotty Nguyen was able to make it. Like to think I've played a little part in that. And when he sent me the picture that Scotty was there, I just breathed a sigh of relief because poor Scotty just lost his mom about a week or 10 days ago. And of course, it would be understandable if he couldn't make it. So glad he did. And I was excited to get the picture that Barry sent me. And know that Scotty was able to make it just was awesome. So I'm sure we'll hear about it in a future space. And it was very cool to see the pic for sure. I'm sure you guys saw it on Barry's Twitter account. So shout out to Barry. I see you down there, Matt. If you want to come up and chat for a minute, you're more than welcome to, of course. I hate that Wolfie wasn't here when I was talking about the trophy. Karen, you have anything you want to bring up?
Well, I'm looking forward to our in-person poker date tomorrow.
Oh my God, I forgot all about it. I need to make that reservation, don't I? I am too. Karen was in her stream earlier, and I went in there and I was like, I need to blow this popsicle stand. How about if we play poker tomorrow? And she's like, yes. I just need a change of scenery, and poker is on like Donkey Kong tomorrow, Karen.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. I hope Weinman and Aria show up again.
Oh, that would be fun. But if not, we'll just take everybody's money.
Totally.
And we'll take theirs too. I mean, a girl can hope. Love it. Looking forward to it, Karen.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. And I mentioned it to my friend Stacy, but I don't know if she's gonna come yet.
Oh, good.
I don't know if you know
I
Stacy.
do know Stacy.
Oh, okay. She might come with her husband, but doesn't matter whether she does or not from the standpoint of our plans are
Sure.
firm. But yes, she may jump in there. She'll let us know tomorrow, probably, or let me know.
Well, I decided my nail girl is up at right near Lenox Mall. So I was like, you know what? I'll have to get my nails done before I leave town. So I might as well just go get my nails done tomorrow on my way to poker. So I'll be leaving the house about 9 a.m. tomorrow morning and have 2 sessions of poker and get home. Probably, hopefully, if I do well, of course, midnight, 1 o'clock tomorrow night. So it'll be a great distraction.
Nice, good. I'm going to karaoke tonight, and then I'm gonna get up early, and I have to make content, and I'm gonna get up early so I get it all done, and then be there on time.
Nice. And I'm going to film you tomorrow. So be ready to smile pretty so we can get you some stuff for content.
Well, I appreciate it. It's funny because Stacy, not knowing that you said that, she was saying the same thing too. She goes, "Well, if I come, I'm going to be videoing and taking pictures of you." And I'm like, "God damn, they're going to think they got a celebrity there."
That's okay. Let them think it. That is okay. We're going to help get you some content. I love that. Hey, Barry.
Hi, Sherry. Thanks for having me on the Sherry Show.
You're welcome, my friend. You tired yet?
Yeah, I'm tired.
I bet you are. Well, give us some highlights or tell us what you want to tell us about last night.
Yeah, first I want to thank you for all your help. You know, you were instrumental in securing Scotty. It took a lot of phone calls, texts, emails, back and forths, miscommunication, insanity,
Have you on
and
the
then just the,
insanity?
and the clock was ticking. You know, I got there probably 4:30. The event didn't start till 7. Someone said they saw him outside 6:30. Still no sign of Scotty. So it got a little frustrating even towards the end, but he did show up. He was really happy. He texted me today telling me how he had such a great time.
Oh,
Was amazed to turn out.
Awesome.
His, his daughter also reached out. So yeah, it was a good time had by all.
Awesome. I'm so glad to hear it. And I, when Barry sent me the picture of the two of them, all I said was, "Praise Jesus," because it really has been a trying couple of months to get him to that event. And I'm so happy he made it, Barry.
Yeah, they know the frustration with locking these people in and getting these people to commit. They were trying their hardest to get Molly Bloom. They last minute they had a conflict. They were trying to get Shannon Elizabeth, and that fell through. She was out saving the rhinos or something. So it was funny that they tried to get all these women to be part of the thing when the only woman to ever win the event was Cloney Gowan. I had sent you that picture. I didn't want to post it because most people don't know who she is.
I tell you, she never
Uh,
ages.
yeah, so she was the only woman to ever win that event
Love it.
in the 20 years that I've been doing it until last night when a young trader from Citadel Securities named Olivia Fan won the event last
Good
night.
for her. That's amazing.
So I was looking to see if I can find her on Twitter while you were talking, and I might have found her, but I looked a little weird the account, so I didn't
Right, right.
just message it.
Well,
But yeah,
congratulations to her. Now, I mentioned you guys raised 1.3 million. I want you to tell everybody what you were raising money for.
right. It's an organization called Math for America, run by Renaissance Technologies, which is a major hedge fund, one of the biggest in the world, and it raises money for math and science teachers to incentivize them to get into teaching math and science, and they get scholarships and things, and because what do hedge funds want? They want more mathematicians and
Right?
more scientists, and
And
so
those are hard teacher positions to fill because those are tough subjects of study. And so there's a lot of incentives for math and science teachers, to steer people into that direction. So great efforts. Great efforts. Good for you. Good for you, Barry. Good for you, buddy.
and they run this tournament every year. It's $5,000 buy-in, $5,000 rebuys. And what you have, they had like 84 people, something like that.
Nice.
And what they mostly is a lot of the donations. A hedge fund would send them a check for 200,000 and send 10
Right.
employees down and to let them have fun.
Right.
So the young kids, the ones that the junior traders at the firm in their 20s and 30s, they don't have to worry about paying 20,000 to play. They're just sent there to play and have a good time.
Love it. That's awesome. What a great thing you're doing for your area and wherever they're using that money for. It may be nationwide, I guess. Um, Really a great cause. Kudos to you, Barry. You should be very proud of yourself and your efforts.
Thank you,
Yeah,
thank you. Yeah, it is nationwide. They also have a branch in California, a Math for America. I mean, you could Google it, look it up. Math for America. It's very interesting.
love it. Appreciate you, Barry. Appreciate you. I'm glad it went well, and I was so happy you saw the white of his eyes, my friend.
Yeah, it took a while to get them there. I mean, they weren't white for long. They turned yellow pretty quick. You're just throwing them back. But like I said, as long as everyone loved them, they're happy to be amongst quote unquote poker
Sure,
celebrities. So they love that.
absolutely. I mean, he's definitely one of the princes of poker, no doubt about it. Well, thanks for the update, Barry. I appreciate it. Anybody else want to come up? Anything anybody wants to bring up and chat about? Now's your time.
Um, Actually, you know what, Barry? We had 8 NFT communities that do poker get with us yesterday. We had a mega space and threw out some prizes, did some stuff, and mingled communities and all of that good stuff. if you're with it, if you want to join us for the next one, we're gonna start doing this monthly. So I was thinking about you for this last one, but it came together a little bit faster than I was able to keep up with in terms of getting people in there. So yeah, if you're down, let me know, and congratulations on last night again.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, definitely. Well, invite me to all your spaces and whatnot. I always like to pop in and be a fly on the wall.
I
I could
appreciate
definitely,
that.
I definitely got a few wallets full of a lot of fucking dope shit NFTs that I'm proud of.
Oh man, that's all I got.
Most of mine are free wallet, all the Bitcoin NFTs. Not so much the what's the other one? Let me look. Not so much the Phantom and
Oh
the
yeah,
Ethereum.
we only got a couple that are on Solana. Most of ours, it's always been Ethereum because we all met each other on the Ethereum side of the NFT world. Um, I think there's some Bitcoin ordinals that are part of one of the collections that sponsors us. So that's about as far as I think any of us would have gone into Bitcoin. But yeah, I mean, we're wherever the poker's at, you know, except for what's that one? I'm trying to remember the damn coin. I can't right now. But yeah, like I said, be hella dope to have you. You can come hang out, talk about your project, have a bunch of people who don't know about your project, learn about your project. Just some stuff like that.
There was a yearly, not a Bitcoin conference, but well, I guess it was a Bitcoin conference called Unconfiscatable, and every year they had a poker tournament there. I went there with Tone Vase one year. He's the one who organizes it, and whatever it was, 0.000 whatever of Bitcoin to play, and it was good times. I ran into Phil Lack there
I
one year.
love this.
Hell yeah.
I love this so much. It's amazing when you just start a little conversation, how it just unfolds into, turning in some Bitcoin, and all of a sudden he's, there with Phil Locke. Love it.
Yo, Phil
Well,
Locke is the GOAT.
a lot of early crypto investors come out of the poker community because of what happened that Black Friday when the FBI shut off the internet on us, and the only way we could play poker back then was through the crypto exchanges, whether it was Seals or Clubs or whatever they were, Bodog, and I forgot what they changed their name to or from. Bovada used to be Bodog. You could only use those online underground sites, transfer crypto to or Bitcoin to play poker if you wanted to play poker back in 2011.
So interesting. So interesting. And the sad thing is, a lot of the issues we had back then, of course, I didn't play online poker back then, but just in the world of poker, because of online poker, you know, we still have a lot of those problems today. Nothing's really changed.
Yeah, but it was the money rails that they were cracking down on. Like
Right.
you
Right.
couldn't. There was. I don't remember there being a PayPal, but you couldn't use Western Union. You couldn't use MoneyGram. You couldn't transfer money. They blocked all those access points to get on the sites, and they made it illegal in that way. And once they did that, they pretty much cut off their air supply. And then one day you just went to log in and you saw the FBI warning that the sites were confiscated.
Crazy. Absolutely insane. And look here, we have little Nacho. He got canned from ACR. Don't can him for having a cheating app on his screen when he's playing. Don't can him for that. But can him because he said he didn't think ACR was what did he say?
Taking
That
it seriously.
right. Like that. Oh, it's a crazy world we live in, I tell you. You just have to laugh at it because you're like, okay, you didn't can him for possibly cheating with the app open, but he said this about you and you're in a big uproar. Let's fire him. It's insane.
Well, back in those early days when any person, people,
Right.
groups. They had offshore, any type of online gaming. Like you were persona non grata. Like you were not allowed back in the country. Like
Right.
you were a criminal back in those days. Where if you were gonna have an online gambling site, whether it was poker, whether it was gambling, stay in Costa Rica because you're not coming back here. And that's how it was for years and years and years.
And now we can't even get the cheaters kicked off the site so they can't cheat us. I mean, it's like, do we even listen to ourselves?
Hold up. So with Nacho, what happened was he got caught for cheating and everything was cool. But then he said that cheating's not cool and they let him go, right?
Well, he really said that what I remember, and it's been a few days since I listened to the recording, was that he said, um, in response to what Ike said, his response was something in the neighborhood of, um, ACR really doesn't monitor like for cheaters.
Well, what he said, okay, I got to speak up because I'm
Oh,
ACR.
please do, because
Oh,
that
here
we
comes
got
the
that.
ACR
I,
shield. Go ahead, Karen.
and
Go ahead, please
I'm
do.
not agreeing with anything you guys are saying. Okay, so here's the thing. I, I don't see it as they said, "Oh, this guy's cheating, and we're gonna overlook it." I mean, when it all first happened, of course they didn't post the right way. They called him a goofball. It was a PR disaster,
Right.
and all that. But they did investigate, and then externally, Pat's investigated, and there was no evidence of cheating. And you can look, ACR has partnered with GTO Wizard, and if you use the Fair Play tool, you can actually see timestamps for when people access certain flops. And so
Got it.
it just really wasn't found that Nacho was cheating. And I don't know if they only looked at that one tournament or a bunch of tournaments, but he was cleared. And then when this latest thing happened, he said something like, "Oh, they're not even trying," meaning they're not trying to do anything. It was what I took from it. He now says that he meant something else. And so I guess I don't see it as, oh, they said, "Oh, you can cheat, but you can't talk badly about us." I just saw,
Well,
like,
no, I was just being
no,
flippant.
no,
I
no,
don't
but
really think that. Yeah.
I've heard that narrative a lot, is all. I would say that,
I just think people are being flippant. Like I'm being flippant by saying that.
well, you might be, but there's quite a lot of people that are not. And I would say that if
Oh,
if
interesting.
you're an employer and you have employees, you're going to give them a second chance. So he got a second chance. And part of his duties as an ambassador are to put the best light on the company you work for.
Of
Nobody
course.
asked him to lie or do anything, but he what he did was, it was misinformation to say that ACR is not trying. Now, it would be a fair comment for anybody to say they're not doing nearly enough and that none of the companies are doing nearly enough. That's fair. But I think it was just the fact that he did not, in ACR's view, present the truth, which is they are doing some things and they are trying. And as an ambassador, to me, it's just crazy that he wouldn't understand that part of his job is to help ACR put their best foot forward, and he didn't do it, so he got canned.
I mean, he's a brand ambassador. If he doesn't know that that's part of the job, come on.
Well, to be fair, when Rob Kuhn was in a bar and the music was blaring, he was double fisting the tequilas, and he told everyone that he was the head of security. I kind of lost all faith in ACR. So shout out Karen, good job. Get that check. But
No, I'm gonna tell you, everything I said just right here are things that I believe in, and that's all I can say.
Amen,
Do I
sister.
think it's, the greatest company in the world? No, but it's full of a lot of people passionate about poker who really want the company to succeed and to be better. And those are the people that I deal with on a daily basis. And
and
so I'm glad.
And
What?
how much was your soul?
I'm just glad they canned Nacho.
This was a public announcement and by Karen Chess. So thank you, Karen Chess. We appreciate that public announcement and we appreciate your passion as well.
Yeah, and obviously I'm not unbiased, but I am trying to look at things as objectively as I can. I work
As you
for them.
should.
Yeah.
And I believe in that kind of stuff too. What's fair is fair, as they say. Hey, Matt, what you got for us, buddy? Glad you could make it tonight.
Hi, Sherry. Thanks for having me on, and hello, evening, afternoon, wherever you are over across your wonderful country. Hope everyone's keeping well.
We are, thank you.
Goody good. And can I just say as well, congratulations to Barry on raising a huge amount of money for a very good cause. Well done, Barry, man.
Thank you, Matt. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Very, very welcome. And from what I've seen, it looked like a very good turnout as well. Very
Yes.
good turnout indeed. Awesome job, bro.
Very cool.
Very cool.
Very
On
cool.
my side of things, I've been busy, been job hunting. Job hunting's still a little bit here and there at the moment, but getting there slowly. And been doing some voluntary work. I've been catching up on the Irish Open poker tournament over here as well on YouTube.
Did you see that Paul Carr's been doing pretty good over there, hasn't he?
He has. He's been doing very, very well. In fact, when I saw, I caught a little bit of the tournament over here, and there were with one of the hands was the aces. I don't know if you saw that, but
I didn't.
there were one lot of aces, and on with each of the players. I can't remember the names now off the top of my head. Late night,
That's okay.
not working. It's on YouTube. Anyway, sorry, I'll send you the link over if you want to take
That'll be great. Thank you.
a look at that. And what it was is these two players had aces of all the four suits. One of them had the ace of diamonds. Right? Are you following me?
Right.
And it got all the way to the river, and then there were three diamonds. I'm not kidding. All the way up to the river. So one of them got the fifth diamond on the river, and then they got the hand straight away. And I was just so gutted for the other player because they're maces. It just goes to show sometimes the maces cards, they don't always work out the way you want them to.
Most of the time.
Most of the
Everybody in this
time.
space will tell you that they've had their aces cracked.
That's very true. Oh, just to mention as well, Sherry, the big game on tours coming back in May, and Joe Stapleton is going to be on hand. And I was thinking maybe, I mean, this is just a put it out there idea. Maybe you could get him on Spaces so he could talk us more into what's going to happen. Maybe.
Oh, well, I'm going to just tell you that after this space, I probably won't be hosting any spaces for about 2 weeks. And I have guests lined up for the 3 weeks after that. So I really won't have time to do that.
That's fair enough, Sherry. Like I was saying to you on Twitter earlier, sometimes it's good to have that bit of a break, get things sorted out.
Yes, sir.
So totally appreciate that. I'll keep you posted anyway on the big game on tour. And if I hear any more news, I'll send it through to you.
That'll be awesome. I appreciate that. How didn't you have some kind of function that you were doing last week, or was it the week before?
Function.
Weren't you doing?
Yeah, I can't remember now. It was a while back. We were doing an event. I think it was over at where I'm volunteering,
Right.
and we were raising money for charity. Well, for community really, for the area, because we needed some new equipment. So we hosted a raffle event, and there were all sorts of prizes up for grabs. And within half an hour, everything was gone.
Well, that's good news indeed.
We raised over £300 for local causes.
Awesome. Good for you, Matt, for being involved. I know you've had a hard time trying to find a job, but good for you to stay and volunteering while you look for a job. It says a lot about you.
Thanks, Sherry. Well, I might be unfortunately struggling, but I'm always more than happy to lend a hand to people who really need it. And as you'll have seen as well, I've been busy giving blood as well to help those who need it most as well.
Good for you, Matt. Good for you. Love that. Absolutely love that. Well, if anybody has anything else to bring up, let's do it now. Otherwise, I'm going to end the space. I am a little bit tired and just kind of want to chill. And Karen, I'm going to just go around the horn. Karen, you got anything else, doll?
Nothing else, but I look forward to seeing you tomorrow.
Me too. Thanks for stopping by. Appreciate you. Barry, you got anything?
Yeah, I'm good. Thanks for having me. Thanks for letting me talk, and thanks for all your help. And you're gonna have to get me your address so I can send you that thing. And
Okay.
all good.
Appreciate you. Appreciate you. And thank you for the kind words. Isaac. Hey, Snoop.
Oh, sorry, mic
That's
wasn't
okay.
connecting. Well, I gotta say, great space. Love the information. Gonna message you in a little bit so that we can lock that in. I'm actually talking to
Okay.
the fellas,
Okay.
so we'll have some news so we can make that official.
Yeah, perfect. Whenever. I mean, no rush.
No, no,
The
no,
good
not about
news.
rush, not about rush. Just to get it out.
Appreciate you.
Absolutely.
Appreciate the gang for sure, buddy. Always do. Snoop, I see you down there. Hope you're well. Tell B I said hello. Matt, anything you'd like to bring up before I close this space down?
I was just going to say it's been an absolute pleasure joining you, and I kept my promise, Shelley, in the end. Oh, by the way, I know you mentioned to me a while back about rugby. Well, the Super League has started.
Well, I'm going to tell you, Matt, at the risk of sounding like I don't even know what. I watch TikTok from time to time, and there's been quite a few rugby TikToks. And the more I see those rugby TikToks, the more motivated I get to watch rugby. Oh,
There's been some good ones on there lately, but yeah, to say the Super League's kicked off. Rhinos have been having a bit of a tough time. They're our local team over here across the shores.
maybe
But
I could download some so when we're driving to Chicago and I get a break from driving, I can watch them.
I'll tell you what I could do. How about I send you some? I think YouTube might be the best bit. Can you get Sherry? You've heard of Sky Sports, haven't you? What we had over here.
No, I have no idea what that is.
All right, they're a broadcasting channel. They're the ones that normally broadcast the Super League. In fact, they've got the rights. The BBC, I know BBC America, you have over there. They show Super League rugby from time to time. What I could do is I could send you some links over.
Oh, perfect. I'd
Mhm.
be happy to. That's
I'll
one
send it.
sport I'm determined to learn about. I am so determined to watch that sport and learn about it.
Well, I'll send you some of the some from Sky Sports as well. Let me know how the if the links don't work, Sherry. Don't worry, I
Okay.
can send another way
Okay,
for you. No
perfect.
problem. But
Perfect.
otherwise, I love you and leaving. Enjoy your time off as well.
Thank you. Appreciate that, Matt. Appreciate you. All right, I'm gonna log off, you guys. I appreciate everybody showing up and those that'll listen at a future date. I appreciate you as well. Don't forget to hug your loved ones because you just don't know how long they're going to be around for, folks. Everybody have a great weekend. I'll look forward to seeing Karen Chess tomorrow. And again, thank you for those. Oh, wait, ASG came up. I don't want to. ASG, go ahead, buddy.
Uh, yeah, I mean, I don't want to rehash everything. We talked a lot about when it happened, but in my opinion, if the TOS says you're not allowed to uh, use GTO Wizard while in a tournament and you have it open, you've broken TOS and therefore you are a cheater. That's my opinion. Anyway.
Well, thank you for that public service announcement. Appreciate you, ASG, as always. Um, you know, it is what it is. And it wasn't a good look. And for me, it was not only ACR's approach to that situation, but it was even his own when he said he never uses it. And then he changed his tune to he was teaching someone else about it, or maybe he didn't say he never uses it. Somebody said he never uses it or whatever. And then he talked about teaching people using it. And I'm like, well, if you don't know anything about it and don't use it, then how could you be an expert enough to teach somebody about it? But anyway, it just wasn't a good look. And of course, we know they made all kind of PR mistakes, no doubt about it. But you know, you just shouldn't have it on your screen. You're in tournaments, just don't have it on your screen. I don't think that's a lot to ask. Um, you know, and sometimes it's guilt by association, right? And sometimes it's guilt by perception. And it just didn't look good. And it left the door wide open for all the criticism that he got. And of course, we all know ACR, you know, they should ask me to do the PR for it because I would have set the record straight. And Snoop knows that because he loves my tweets. But anyway, it's okay to beat that dead horse. And I think it's really dead now. But anyway, thank you all for joining me tonight. Hug those loved ones, folks. Hug your loved ones. And appreciate everybody that's reached out to me for real. And I will talk with you soon. If you're on the felt, good luck. If you're not, get out and touch that grass and hug a loved one. Good night, everybody.